You know, if I could explain legalism to you to where you could grasp the concept, your whole world would change. And 90% of the people in your world you would be pretty much away from them. The legalistic churches. You better not miss a day of church or you're not right with God. What are the works of God? To believe on His Son whom He sent. The legalistic family. You better come to this family outing, and you better bring something. Well, I don't want to come to the family outing because y'all hate each other and y'all talk about each other, and I don't want to be around it. I think I'll live in peace. The legalistic spouse. Honey-do list. Meet up to the, well, such and such next door is doing this and you're not doing it. Love is not legalism. Love is just not legalism. They're so legalistic. Their mind is so full of legalism. They think love is legalism. Now that's bad. When it infiltrates the word love, they relate love to legalism. Now you know that's bad. You know it's a legalist. I said the Jezebel spirit was worse, but it's the same thing as legalism. Legalism. If you go back to Genesis 3, legalism was right there. The devil was calling God a legalist. Think about this. Has God said, if you eat of that, you better not eat of that? He knows that if you eat of it, you'll be as gods. God put a boundary up for their health. It's something they didn't understand. He knew that if they ate of the fruit, they would die. Knowing good and evil, death, sin. And then he knew if they ate of the tree of life, they would live forever in sin. And God loves mankind so much. God knew that man would not accept the boundary. And they would feel like it was legalism. I want you to really think about what I'm telling you. God knew that mankind is flesh. And the flesh is nothing but sin. So when the devil tried to make God into a legalist, when God said, don't eat this because it's not, you're going to die. The devil says, you won't surely die. So the devil was calling God a legalist, but God was just saying, I want you to be healthy. This is not good for you. Because if you eat of it, you're going to die. And then if you eat of the tree of life, you're going to live forever in sin. And you don't want to be miserable like the machine man of Doctor Who. They turned one of them into a machine man. And the lady or the guy said, I don't want to live. Kill me. I don't want to live like this, And so man wants to live forever as a machine man. But he's going to be miserable because he's living in sin forever. And if you really get a hold of what I'm trying to tell you about 3D, it's just a cycle repeat. You've seen it 1,000 times. You already know what's going to happen before it happens. You already know the result, the end result, before it happens. And so people say, well, I don't want to worship God forever. What are you going to do? Worship the flesh forever? You're going to worship yourself forever? You're going to worship something forever. Your cars, your house, your money, your job, your income, your family. When they die off, what are you going to worship? When your family dies off, what are you going to worship? When your job goes goes bankrupt, what are you going to worship? Every time I eat at Zaxby's, I start to cough. It tells me not to go back there anymore, right? Love and legalism don't go together. God is God. He set a boundary for their health. Not some rule-based living. Just don't eat it because it's going to kill you. But Eve wanted to be God. Adam chose to go to... Adam was not into deception. He went down with the ship to pull her out, you know. She wanted to be her own goddess. And so she wanted Adam to eat of the same fruit that she ate. The world, the flesh, and the pride of life. Prideful, image, outward show, big houses, big cars, nice, fancy clothes, outward show, painted face. And like somebody said 10 years ago in an email, she said, what keeps the matrix going is the women. Because the men would live in a shack. They don't care. Not all men, but most men would live in, they don't care what it looks like. They just want a calm, peaceful place to lay their head, go to work, lay their head, and read their Bible. And meditate on the truth. I promise you, your freedom makes the legalist mad. And that's why Cain killed Abel. Abel was free. Abel brought a flock sacrifice. Cain brought his own works. And so Cain is green with the envy. The Go Green crowd. They're green with the envy because Cain wanted to be worshipped and his good works. But Abel was resting in peace, and God was content with Abel. So Cain had to take his envy out on Abel and kill him. He was really mad at himself because God didn't accept him for being right. And God tells you the way. Don't be mad at God or anybody else. God tells you how to live and walk and be. He wants you to be happy. And so just be content. Love your neighbors yourself. Live and let live. If they try to come up to you and put you back under some cult or legalism, walk away. Say, hey, I'm not mad at you, but I'm not following your stupid legalism or your stupid rules. I live above the law. If you want to live under the law, under rules, go ahead. But why not instead of being a caterpillar under law, why not be a butterfly above the law? The caterpillar has a bunch of legs, right? To do a lot of work. The butterfly just catches the wind and floats. Just flies above the caterpillar. And the caterpillar does not understand the butterfly because they haven't gone through the metamorphosis yet. And so when you get born again, you become a butterfly and you just float and go with the flow. But the caterpillar is always trying to force something. You don't have to force it. If you just catch a wind, you catch a breeze of wind, and you just fly above it. You don't have to do anything. And when they see you in freedom, they want what you got, but every time they get around you, they want to put you back under law. They want to put you under law because they see your freedom and they want what you have, but they're not willing to swallow their pride and run to Jesus and get saved because they think they're gods. They can't. They're just like Cain. They can't get saved until they face off with their sin, admit they're a sinner. Well, I got saved when I was 5 years old. No, you didn't. When did you see your sin? When did you fall down on your face before God and cry out to God? Not some man, not some altar. When did you fall and cry out to God? The legalist is under rules, and they want you under rules, and they want to tell you what to do and keep some kind of list or works or level or rank or grade, honeydew list, whatever. They got a plan for you. If you don't match up to that plan, you are trouble. You're in trouble, I mean. I'm over here at the grocery store looking at some dark chocolate because that gives you some omega-3. It's too expensive. Sometimes you can get it at the dollar store for $1. 2 grams of sugar. 457 milligrams of potassium. So yeah. Love and legalism never mix. And if a church says, we love you, come in, they put you back under legalism. That's not love. They wouldn't know what love was if it hit them in the face. It's a sad world we're in. It's actually a death cult. Legalism is the death cult.
Sorry.
If you understand you're in a death cult under legalism, the caterpillar death cult, you ain't going nowhere, and you ain't going nowhere fast. Hey.